It's Sunday. You know what Sundays are for now?
Rest.
Also for
Asking us things.
asking us anything at all. But some of you were having trouble last week with where do you find the stories, because you got to go to the stories and you type in your question and then we answer on stories.
Go to the top of your Instagram feed and there's a bunch of circles. Some of them are lit up. Should be all lit up. Swipe those until you see one of us. And then tap on that and then you'll see the question. This.
And then you'll type in your response or the question that you want to ask us. Ask us anything. But please, I'm not going to answer you how I feel about him kissing women for a living.
I don't kiss women for a living. I act for a living.
There you go. See, it's part of his job. That's how I feel about it. So, go ask us anything.
Are you looking for some category? Then why not subscribe to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment for more topics like this one, and ring the bell to be notified for our latest video.
Wow, okay, so first things first, thank you for asking this, because ever since I wrote my first book, which, as you guys know, Raising Your Kids Without Losing Your Cool, came out in 2020, I have been wondering, how do I do book signings? 2 years of COVID didn't help. So the short answer is yes, there is a plan. A rye? No. A foot?
A foot, and it's not fully formed yet, but we'll let you know.
It's a good one. It's a very good one. You'll be happy.
Might involve me.
Shh, it's a secret.
That's an excellent question. Rick Springfield is a very, very busy man, and we are very close with his wife, so we wouldn't want to do anything that adds to his schedule away from being home. But
that being said,
it would be cool.
He does want to come on. It's more of a logistics things with the unions.
Yep.
It's a bit of a union problem.
Bit of a union thing.
What is something you disagree on but have agreed to disagree on? Just one thing? Like, we have so many things, I think, that we...
Candles.
I love candles. I love burning candles.
It's like pollution in your house.
They smell good. They're relaxing. I love them. I love candles. So, there you go. That is something that we actually disagree on, that we don't agree to disagree on, because...
We don't agree. The air sensor goes off upstairs. I'm telling you.
We do have an air purifier that when I burn too many candles, it says whether your air is very good, moderate, bad, or very bad. And yes, it is true that when I burn too many candles, it says very bad.
Our executives don't really have a whole lot to say, although if I was being reckless, somebody would probably have something to say. But our bond companies, insurance companies that have completion bonds on the series do have exclusions. For example, I should not go skydiving while I'm filming. No, I did once, and I was not filming.
But they did send you a message, and they were like...
They did ask, is this something you're going to be doing more of? Said no, one and done.
But they did try to tell you couldn't ride your bicycle, go mountain biking, and you were like...
I ride a bicycle in the show, yeah. That was a weird one, so that got nixed.
Oh, this is easy. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go Maldives. I want to go there so badly. Greece, Croatia, and I want to ski in the Alps.
Oh man, yeah. My list is way too long. I'd love to go to South America. I'd love to go to Peru. I'd love to go to South Africa. I'd love to go...
I want to go to South Africa.
Definitely see Croatia, all the med there, see all of that up and down the coast. List is too long. Greece for sure.
Yeah.
That was actually the art department who thought of putting snakes on a train. It was a very funny thing. We had to have all these crates, and so they spray painted 100 pounds of snakes, live snakes. I'm glad somebody noticed that.
Were they poisonous?
There were no snakes.
Oh. I missed that episode.
Just a box.
Oh, wow. It was one of my favorite dates that I've ever been on. It wasn't with Yannick, so I feel uncomfortable answering that in front of him.
The girls have convinced me to go to Aspen, Colorado. That is, wow, something I never thought I would do. I'm very excited to go, and we're going to go skiing.
Why? Why not Aspen?
I don't know. It seems like really fancy, so I just I could see myself going to Jackson Hole, but I've already been.
Yeah, we've been so many times. So Aspen, it's up next.
You go first.
No, you go ahead. You go first.
No, ladies first.
No, I don't even know how I want to answer this. I think you should go first.
Well, it would only be right. I mean, this is public. So you should go first.
Okay, so how we resolve conflict. If I could tell my younger self anything, what would it be?
You were really good looking.
No, but you say that, but I would have said that to myself more often. I would have told myself that I was worthy, that I had value, and that I loved myself way more when I was younger, because then I wouldn't have had so much work to do as I got older.
I would have told you more too.
You were pretty good about it.
Steely Dan.
Oh my God. Okay, so I had a few favorite childhood meals. One was...
Is this going to be long?
I actually loved liver. If you don't believe me, message my mother. I loved the way my mom made liver. It was delicious. And when we ran out of things to make for lunch, I made myself, this will gross some of you out, ketchup, relish, and mustard sandwiches. I used to love that. And then obviously my mom made a brilliant, amazing mac and cheese, which I still make to this day.
Tortilla at my grandmother's place over the holidays when I was little. That was extremely special. The smell, the people, the flavor, and all the things. It was something nice to dig into that. And then corn in the middle of early summer in
Quebec. Yes, I agree.
Fresh picked.
Did you put ketchup on it?
Okay, I'm going to answer this once and for all because we did say you could ask us anything. Sue Thomas FBI has a few different components about it for me. One of them was that it was an incredibly difficult time in our marriage because of workload, because of our age, because of a lot of different things. And so it's not a time that I look back on very fondly. Working on the show was incredibly difficult. We had a huge cast. We had huge demands on us of time. We worked pretty much all year round. Good weather, bad weather, huge long hours. There were some cast dynamics that I was not a fan of that made it incredibly difficult. So it was a grind. There were some politics in the writing that I didn't agree with. There were a lot of things that made that era in my life unpleasant. So that's why.
This is a really great question. For me, if I had 2 hours, I think I would split those 2 hours equally as far as minutes. And I would go back in time to moments in my relationships with each of my daughters where I did something that I really regret and I would not do it again. That it would never have happened.
I would definitely do the same thing. There's a couple of points in our marriage I would go back to and I would undo for both of our sakes.
Tracy, I know. I saw your email. It's been crazy wild bananas. I haven't been able to get back to you. And actually, Kristen and I just talked about you the other day. That is so exciting. I'm going to email you, though, and we'll talk more about it. But how do we do... You know what I think we do is you have created bike trails up by the marina.
Yeah, we transitioned a lot of our activities together and apart up there where we are. So maybe that's something you can do.
Yeah, I don't know where the cafe is, but it's really, really, really important when you get this busy as you're about to be that you carve out time.
That's the only thing. Always, no matter what. Same goes with having kids. Same goes with somebody moving into your house. All those things, you have got to carve out time with each other and not have regular old day in, day out agenda conversation, but make time for each other.
Yeah. Another juicy question I really love, and I think the advice that I would give, I know the advice that I would give is, and this is something we didn't do, but ask your person if they're ready to have a tough conversation rather than just dumping, just assuming that because you're at a high level of feeling or whatever, ask them first if they're ready to receive a tough conversation, if they have the mental space and capacity. Now, the problem with that is you could have a partner who avoids conflict and would tell you forever until the cows come home that it's not a good time. But I think that would be a good thing. And always speak with kindness. And when you fuck up and you're an asshole, apologize.
Very good. You heard my advice. When you have dates together, covers a lot of things, and you'll find out, what you need to go over if you're having a date and having an intimate conversation.
Well, the reservation is at 6:30 and it's 6:05, so
Better hurry.
I guess be ready for 7. We're just back from dinner, and this question is, what would retirement look to you both? I don't know that I'll ever retire. I think for me, there'd be a lot more travel, but I don't know that I would retire per se. What about you?
I've been in showbiz most of my life. I don't really...
You don't need to retire in
I
showbiz.
don't think so. I mean, I might... I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, retirement looks like, I don't know.
Retire, out of the business? I don't foresee myself being out of show business.
I mean, I might scoop more ice cream. You'd probably do more directing and less acting, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
But other than that, I think it's kind of just the same.
Well, Steve, Trek is making really nice bikes right now, and that goes for you too, Tim. But there's one thing they'll never be able to do, and that is be Canadian. So
there you go. Oh, this is tough because the way I look at the seasons is there's something beautiful and magical about every single one. Like spring brings new life, and I love that because it's the end of winter. Summer's awesome because you can do all your summer outdoor activities. Our cottage and lake is incredible, and the city's really quiet in the summer, which I also love. Winter I love because we ski, and I love the crisp, clean air. And autumn is so pretty. I don't have a favorite. I love them all.
Autumn is my favorite. The leaves on the trees, the days are a little crisper. The sun is still out. The bugs are gone. Mm-hmm. You can work and not be completely soaked in sweat or not be able to work because it's too hot. So the colors.
I love them all equally. Awesome question. Actually, I had wanted him to do a chapter in both raising your kids without losing your cool and parenting your teen without losing your cool. Because I think it's super cool to get the other partner's perspective on parenting. But his schedule didn't allow for him to put anything in writing. And I think he might have been a little nervous.
Oh man, I can't write.
You could. Anything's possible. But yes, when I do the couples book, I think it's only right that there be some of Yannick in that book because I didn't build this marriage by myself. I mean, I do a lot of the work, but Anyway, with that, we're going to say good night. Happy Sunday. Kids. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for your questions.
Did you enjoy this video? Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Check out these other topics from Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment, then be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for our latest video.